now locked into the Point Makers podcast with the Davis brothers, Darren and Demetrius. Now, let's get into it.
Rest in peace, Velski. Yo, what's good in the hood, everybody? It's another episode of the Point Makers podcast with the Davis brothers, Darren.
Demetrius.
And tonight, our special guest is a relative of ours who we watched grow up from a little boy into a grown man, an entrepreneur, and founder of his own clothing brand and labeled No Sucka Shit, which has been steadily becoming more popular among hip-hop stars and hip-hop enthusiasts alike. He is Charles Carrington, but everyone just calls him Cheap Charles. What's up, cuzzo? What's happening?
Yeah.
What's up, cuz?
All right,
Welcome
all
to our
right.
podcast, cuzzo. Won't you let the viewers know who you are and what you really do?
Like y'all just said, my name is Charles Carrington. You want to use my real name?
got it on social media and shit. What's the difference?
I mean, hey, you know, some people might know your government. If they don't, they know it now, huh?
Hey,
Yeah, I don't mind. That's my name.
Man. Don't worry about it.
I ain't tripping. That's my name. I'd rather go by that than anything else.
That's right. That's right.
That's what's up.
But that's my name, Charles Carrington.
Mhm.
But the neighborhood know me as Cheap Charlie.
Okay, so growing up in the hood, man, you know, it's always been dangerous for us and everything, man. You know.
Yeah,
and,
most definitely.
and you know, we've had certain experiences, and you know, you grew up right behind us, so you've had certain experiences, man. But how did that shape and mold you into the person you are today? You don't have to elaborate too much in the detail.
Yeah,
but, you
because
know.
like you said, I was right behind y'all.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Well, we know, but they don't.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. You can elaborate a little bit more for the viewers, though.
For me to elaborate, would have to tell everything.
No,
I mean,
not really.
and I can't tell everything in this small little segment, you know.
Right.
But
no,
all
no,
my influences came from people like y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
wasn't around no NBA players or no movie stars or no
Mhm.
actors and shit.
Right.
I was around y'all.
Yeah.
Good
And
shit.
I remember a time I was telling you to get your old ass out of my way, nigga, because I'm finna be next.
Hey, shit, it happened eventually.
Yeah,
shit.
you got to pass the baton.
You got to pass
you know,
the
hey,
time, man. Yeah.
eventually, you can't be out here forever. You got to pass the baton, you know.
Yeah, but that's where I came from to where I'm at now.
Because you know, because basically what I'm saying is like, you know, I mean, Hunter's Point is basically almost like any other ghetto you would go to, I would assume.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know, it's a certain character, a certain way of life, certain way of thinking that the inner city ghettos or whatever hoods, projects or whatever you want to call it brings about, you know. And a lot of us we go through, you know, the drug and the gang shit and all of that, you know, because that's a part of what goes on. But as we grow older, as we all are now, it shapes our way of thinking, even into a business thing like you. You know what I'm saying? Where your, I wouldn't say aggression, but your determination rather, to do what you're doing is partly because of your upbringing in the hood.
Yeah,
that's
you know?
true.
That's why the way I am is because of the neighborhood.
Exactly.
And I can't really speak for no other neighborhoods in them because I never was raised in no other neighborhood. So all this is coming from Hunters Point.
Right.
So the way I am is the way where I'm from.
Yeah, that's hey, I can understand that, man. You know, I can understand that and nobody else can. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's what it is. You know, that's what it is.
I don't know. You know, back in the days, you know, when we was doing stuff, and it's hard to really shake your old ways and shit like that, because you know you're gonna still have that ghetto, that being in a life mentality, but then you can convert it to business and shit. Like, you know, me, I want my cars to look like any other car in the hood. I don't want no personalized license plates. I don't want you to be able to recognize my car. I want to be able to park my car in the mall, and then nobody will be able to point out, oh, there go me shit right there. You know, that's from being in the life. So, you know, the police used to be on us. We'd go to the mall, you got the gold ones, or you got the bright paint on there, and then the police would roll through the mall and sit on our car, wait for us to come out, you know. So, you know, I
Everybody
still
do
cut-
that with your car.
everybody, feds, police, niggas, they know that shit.
But
So
you had a
now-
blue one and you had a red one or something.
yeah, but you know, as I got older now, I want nobody to recognize. I wanted to blend in and shit like that. So, you know, you still got that ghetto mentality, but you know, converted to other shit. So
Yeah, my transformation came from just being tired of just I don't know, it's just like the hustle we was doing. We was going to jail.
Yeah.
People was, we had drug wars, which really wasn't a drug war.
Right.
We was just surviving like that. And then, I got tired of living like that. And then I found a different way, which was some selling t-shirts.
Right.
And I just ran from there.
So how did you, what got you inspired to even, you know what I'm saying, to come up with the logo, the marketing strategy? Because it took off. I mean, I would say it took off kind of fast.
Yeah.
More than, faster than most people who come out with a shirt, because your slogan, which is, on your hat right there,
Yeah. Your
the no
pants, your
sucker
hat,
shit,
your hood. It
you
looking
ain't had
good.
to change.
You
Yeah,
look good, bro. You look
you
good.
ain't had to change that. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like, the basic motherfuckers that come out with t-shirts, you got to change the slogan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have grind mode, or then that play out. Motherfuckers ain't saying that no more. Beast mode, savage. You got to keep coming. Your shit is a mainstay, bro. And that was really sharp and intelligent to come up with something that everybody in each one of the Black communities, coast to coast, and even worldwide in
Either
some other
way.
parts, can relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just sent me a picture or something from somebody way across
Yeah.
I think it was in Atlanta somewhere,
Yeah.
Tennessee or somewhere.
Sporting your shit.
Not so much as sporting it. I guess he's seen it somewhere and
Mhm.
he got attracted to it. And like you said, it's like a worldwide thing. It's not just a me thing or you thing or a Black thing. It's like everybody can feel no sucker shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's crazy how I got into it because I wasn't really tripping on nothing like that. I was seeing somebody else do t-shirts and I was just supporting them, supporting everybody that had t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And I started off by supporting this one dude that made a t-shirt called Original Candlestick Kids.
Mm-hmm.
And they was just about to tear the candlestick down.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, man, I got to have one of them. Like, how you know about candlestick that much to put a t-shirt out like that? Can you
Right.
explain candlestick history like that?
Right.
And he was like, yeah, my auntie worked in there. And I was like, my grandmother and my aunties all worked in there. I always was up in there.
Mhm.
Right.
He had the same similar story. I'm like, man, I fuck with you. Like, let me get one of them t-shirts for sure.
Right.
And then other people was having t-shirts. And then one day I bought a t-shirt from Bino with his dirty bands, and I bought a t-shirt from Reg with his sick crew.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, y'all selling me t-shirts. How much y'all paying for these t-shirts? Because you just sold me the t-shirt for this and it. So the numbers just start clicking in my head. So I'm like, if y'all niggas can sell t-shirts, I can sell t-shirts.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. It's a hustle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hustle. So to conform from our hustle we was doing to the
Mhm.
hustle we doing now with this,
Right. Right.
it was easy for me to do that in that part. But to come up with the slogan and all that, I was just fed up. Just
That's the sucker shit. Yeah. Yeah.
and particularly with the neighborhood shit,
Right.
with the Hunters
Yeah,
Point,
absolutely.
the
Right.
Oakdale, Harbor Road, West
Right.
Point.
Yeah.
Right.
Me being a child born and all that, through all of that, I was just tired of it.
Right. Right.
And a lot of people know me for not participating in none of it.
Right.
Yeah.
How
Even
could you?
even from the Sunnydale
Right.
days, because
Yeah.
I used to tell people like I can't go to Sunnydale and do nothing to Sunnydale. I got people over there.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
nigga, you a sucker. You ain't nothing. So then that's where I ain't no sucker, nigga.
Right.
So I'm not jumping on what y'all on and doing all that. And then it came to trickling inside the neighborhood.
Right.
So then
Yeah.
I really was I ain't with none of that sucker shit.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of people did choose sides, but I'm like you, like Dub, I couldn't do that because for the whole Hunters Point, I got love for. So I
Yeah.
mean, we grew up, it was Hunters Point as one,
Mm.
and I agree with you.
Right.
That is sounding like some sucker shit. So
Mm.
I couldn't choose, nah, because I
Mm.
still like everybody. So for me to choose, I'm like, ooh,
And we got family over
Oh,
there.
that's
So
what I was just about to touch
all
on.
sides. So I mean,
everywhere we got.
Yeah,
Well, with
no,
us
we
though,
do.
because we all family. You my brother, you my cousin.
Absolutely. You know,
We got a
share
big ass
DNA.
family.
We do.
We got a real big ass family. So we got motherfuckers on every block.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah,
and that's real.
yeah, so
So if you was to take a side and you slid, right, nigga, you might hurt one of our relatives.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? That's how fucked up it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you said, even with the Sunnydale shit. And I was explaining that to somebody on one of the other podcasts, Mitch, I forgot which one it was. And I was telling them like
we
how
done did a few now,
me,
so I don't know which one you
right,
talking
like
about.
yeah,
but
me,
I remember.
Pete, Ronnie, all of us was in the same house on Bertha Lane at one time.
Yeah.
Them
Yeah,
was
we
our
was.
friends.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I seen that as a little nigga.
Yeah,
seeing my-
Exactly,
yeah.
right.
So I knew who my people and family was as a kid.
Right.
And the people that wasn't around there, I used to tell them, that's our cousin. That's our cousin. That ain't our cousin. Man,
Right.
you
Yeah.
just don't
is.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I couldn't say, hey, then that's my cousin. Because certain stuff was going on.
Right.
So I had to shut my mouth about who my family was. But I always knew who my people was.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
me too.
And that's
Yeah, I know my family.
right.
I know if you ain't my family, so I know that for a fact.
And that's what, you know, as well, I wouldn't even consider you a youngster. You're younger than me, but I wouldn't consider you a youngster. They would say me and Meach double OG, so that make you OG. You know what I'm saying? So
you OG, you got OG status now.
I made it.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, you know,
it's
but
just to be celebrated.
Right, it is.
Announced.
It is.
Made it, you know.
For you to even have that that mental capacity to be like, I can't participate in this, because that's how we felt too.
Yeah.
We had too many relatives on these other blocks to participate in that. So you keep it away from us, we stay away from you. It's that simple, you know?
But look, what I'm about to say, you know what it was some people was choosing sides as who was winning at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever was winning the, little battles, because ain't nobody really won the war. So they was winning some of the battles. So now you choosing on the winning side, but now you done took their side, you can't go back.
And also, y'all,
that's sucker shit too.
And also, which no sucker shit. Hey, also, what it was, nigga, you got a problem with them niggas. Yeah. So instead of you handling your problem with them niggas on y'all own as y'all crew, y'all clicking up with somebody else. Yeah. And that's what made it worse.
Yeah, see.
Sucker shit.
Okay. Y'all can speak on that too, because I didn't agree with the click ups.
Because you know how
y'all doing, man. Come on, man. Y'all clicking up with these people because you got a common enemy, because what they used to say, enemy of my enemy is your
enemy of your enemy
is your friend.
Is your friend of mine.
Shit like that, yeah.
Right.
But that ain't always true, because they gonna turn on you in the long run.
Which is what's happening.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they ain't your friend. They gonna be in court telling on you, and then they might try to backtrack and come back and hit you on some other shit. So
Nah. Look how fucked up it is now, though, y'all.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The niggas we used to funk with, our young niggas done clicked up with their young niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like
to smash on other young niggas in our own community.
Because I ain't really gonna put too many people on blast, but we all from the same hood, so we all know what we talking about. Right. And how y'all click up. So it's like these 3 clicks is against 3 things. Like, man, this ain't. I mean, it ain't on this
because point. It's the common enemy shit.
Yeah, but
I mean, because see, we was fortunate though, y'all, to be born into a family where we didn't need nobody.
True that. Yeah.
All we needed was ourselves.
Yeah,
we didn't really need. The blocks needed us more than we needed.
Yeah, because as a family, as a unit,
what I'm saying?
If we stayed solid, we didn't need no help
even
from nobody.
Even though we didn't always hang together, we knew we was one phone call away.
Yeah,
nigga, what's happening? Oh, nigga, this what? Okay,
cousin.
I'll be through. And see, we didn't need that. You feel what I'm saying? And so if we fall out with a nigga, you falling out with our family, nigga, and you finna get it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't need to go click up with nobody else and well, I'm gonna fuck with these niggas because they don't like these niggas too. We didn't have to do
then they click up because of the females too, though. They do.
Yeah, that's some more
like
sucker shit. Yeah,
okay,
some more sucker shit.
Because you mess with her partner. So now y'all in cahoots with each other now.
Or a nigga mad because you messing with her, his girl from over there.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah,
it's wild, man. But see, and there we go. See, this is the no sucker shit, man.
Yeah, so you
I just got fed up with all that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
from being on social media and some people not knowing me, that's where the conflict or the collisions you see in me get into it with some of them people on the social media platforms such as Instagram or Facebook, because them people didn't know me.
Right.
So I had to let them know, and I just had to do it the way I did it. As unapologetic as I can be or say, I'm not sorry.
No, you shouldn't be.
Because I went through a lot of shit.
You shouldn't be. I mean, you earned the right to develop and promote that brand on some real shit, and that's no cap. It's like, nigga, I ain't on no sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? I was born into a society, not even just the family, the society as a whole, because our family branch off into close friends as well that we embrace as family.
Yeah, so I was gonna
Once they
say
earn
we
that,
got a lot of extended family and shit too.
Once they earn that closeness,
so a lot of people knew me of that. So when I came out with it, they're like, "Oh yeah, nigga, that's you,
right?
Yeah.
for sure."
Because there was
Right.
some other people trying to perpetrate the fraud, though, right?
Yeah, that's because after I done got the exposure from being around so many people and shit, because I knew a lot of people. Like all my junior high school, elementary, and high school people that fucked with me, they jumped on it. They was
Yeah.
supporting it
Right.
because they knew me of being that.
Right.
And then, like we were saying, like my name, they knew me as that, being me that as a kid. So like everything was real.
Right.
So they
Right.
was fucking with me.
Right. And that always matters, especially where we come from, is with all the sucker shit that's going around, the ones who remain real and true to whatever they stand on, it always outshines the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot that we fought for, a lot that we stood for, man. That shit is really kind of like becoming null and void right now. Cause it really don't matter. It only matters to motherfuckers who hold themselves to a certain standard.
Because the sucker shit is way more powerful than us
Man,
coming together.
it is.
And on their side, on their eyes. So
Right.
that's why I try to bring awareness to people that like, hey man, if you even see some sucker shit, say something about it so we can stop it. It's over here, it's over there, it's over here.
Right.
Or if you doing it, recognize what you doing, don't do it no more.
Right.
Stop it.
Stop it.
But then they condone sucker shit now.
They condone, they paying
do,
people to do it.
Yeah, it's fashionable now.
You can go in the store and tear up the store.
Yeah, well, we consider sucker shit a lot of people be doing right now.
Going up in somebody's establishment and tearing it up and showing people to the world, you can go in the store and tear up a store.
Yeah,
that's some sucker shit.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit, but
We couldn't do no shit like that at Copeland's.
hell no. Hell no.
You couldn't go to Harper's and say, hey man, let me come in here and just run out with some Adidas.
Yeah, we wasn't doing not even one pair, let alone the whole
None of
goddamn
that.
rack.
That wasn't making you famous.
No, no. Bipping cars and all of that shit. We come from an era where you had to earn your reputation. Like I always say, there's two things I always say, right? First of all, the streets always give you your name. Any nigga you know that named himself, he don't really have a reputation. Because the streets because the streets give you your name. You don't give yourself a nickname. Either it's a nickname that your mama and them called you, like, okay, your name might be Pookie or something, right? That's what moms and them called, so that's stuck. But any other, all these such and such Capone and Gotti's,
that's some fabricated shit.
Double jump outs and all this.
Okay, yeah, you got
crazy shit.
The new names.
There
you go.
That's not authentic. You know what I'm saying? We grew up where the streets gave you your name by what you were known to do. You know what I'm saying? What you were known to be. You might, nigga, you might have grew up funky as fuck in school, right? Your name is Shitty Joe or something.
A
you know what I'm saying?
bad or something.
And nigga, that name is still with you.
Well, like Shitty Al.
Yeah, like Shitty Al. Right.
Okay,
that's
call him Shitty.
Right.
Yeah.
Call him Shitty.
Hey, for real though, they've been doing that since shit. We was in elementary school. That was a nigga.
Right.
Name. For real.
Right.
Yeah.
The streets tell the story.
That's crazy, man.
That name stuck with him.
I was just going back and forth with somebody about my name. And like, you know what I'm saying? I explained the whole life story about how I got the name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you knew Cheap Charlie before me, and rest in peace to him, and it's like the name, the streets gave me that name.
They gave you that. You didn't pick it?
Yeah, nah.
You didn't pick that name.
It's the way I am.
Right.
When we used to go to the candy house and to the candy truck and shit, I didn't spend all my money.
Right.
So they used to call me stingy. Stingy, Stingy Charlie on it ain't a good name to.
Yeah,
Nah,
that
it
don't
ain't got
sound
no
right.
good
There's no
ring
ring
to
to
it.
that, right?
Nah, it ain't got no good ring to
Yeah,
it.
So
see, I
every
know
day
that.
I used to walk past and Mike and Maurice's house, and they used to give me a different name.
Right,
Mhm.
right,
Seaski didn't stick, Sea Dog, all that didn't.
right. It didn't stick.
Mm.
You know, Charlie, Chuck, and all that, and that ain't a good street name.
Right,
So Cheap Charlie,
right,
you know what I'm saying? It
right.
stuck with me.
And I mean, and to tell the truth, you know, in a way, it's honorable for them to call you that because he wasn't with no sucker shit.
Yeah.
Chief, the original older chief that's around Meech's age,
Mhm.
he died just being around us,
Just hanging.
just hanging.
Just
Yeah.
hanging.
He wasn't
He
no
wasn't
bang
with. That's what I tell
Nah.
people, man. He wasn't known for knocking nobody out.
or
No,
killing.
He
or
wasn't
none of
known
that.
for none of that. So I carry a legacy.
Right.
I
Mm.
don't just carry a
He was
name.
known for being the same way, a cheap nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And
But
Stacking his paper.
But when he pulled out with that cougar,
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody knew him.
Right.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
nobody know him for nothing.
No.
Yeah, we
until
know
he
him-
bought the green
cougar.
I didn't even know
with the
who he was.
Cynics
And
and
I
Vogues.
was born and raised on Oakdale.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't know him like
Yeah,
I
you
knew
was.
LaBoyd and Hatter and Vic and everybody
Right.
else that
Mhm.
had that name.
Right. Right.
Cheap Charlie wasn't known for none of that, having bricks or fucking the hoes or none of that.
Right.
But when he came out with that car that he bought from my godfather,
Right.
I seen him buy it.
Right.
He even got me in the car like, yeah, nigga, I'm big cheap, nigga, you little cheap.
Yeah.
I'm not old enough to carry no name. I'm finna sit here and argue
Yeah.
with this nigga.
Right. You was
I'm happy to. I'm in the coop,
12 or
nigga.
something like that.
No, they like 6, 7.
Damn, yeah,
They did.
right.
Real little kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when he was like 14, 16,
Yeah,
something
so
like
what-
that.
so
He
that
died
was-
when he was like 18, 19. He
Right,
wasn't old. He wasn't an old
What was
man.
that?
Right.
89 when he
89
died.
when he
So
died,
yeah,
yeah.
maybe 18, 19.
I was only like 12, 13 back
Right.
then.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's true. You know, and like I said, you know that, and he was an honorable dude as far as when what you want to speak on as a genuine person.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't shady. He
Yeah.
wasn't
Nah,
scandalous.
he wasn't.
He wasn't violent. You know what I'm saying? None of that. You know, he was a nigga like one of us that he just got his money, eventually got his money on, started, buying little cars, and he was known for riding around in the green cougar. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Cheap Charlie, because when we first was all hustling as youngsters, he was cheap with his money. You know what I'm saying? Like
So
you
that's
was.
what people say. Like, nigga,
Yeah.
we go to the mall, niggas is buying the shoes, the hat, I'm just buying a hat.
Yeah.
Or niggas
Yeah.
is buying the whole fit, I'm just buying some shoes.
Right.
And niggas know I got the money. Like, nigga, what the fuck is you doing, nigga? Come on, nigga, get the whole shit. I don't want all that.
Oh, nigga, you cheap.
Nigga, you cheap. Me being stingy and cheap with yourself. Nigga, stop doing that.
Right.
Yeah. So, nigga,
You just stuck.
And that's
Yeah.
what stuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
didn't-
Dub
I
said,
didn't- I
the
didn't-
streets give you your name.
yeah, I didn't beat nobody up or take nobody, you know what I'm saying, life for the name.
Right. It's yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying, and now now we just got a whole new breed of people, man. And I'm gonna say this all the time, until I'm like blue in the face. It's like when we left the streets alone, like really wasn't in the streets no more. We might hang out still and
Yeah,
bust a
but
move here and there,
yeah,
whatever.
you ain't
right?
out there. You ain't active
But
no
when we
more.
removed ourselves, nigga, that left a void for all these suckers. All these suckers to come in and pull up in flashy cars and shit with watches and chains on and convince the young niggas that they was OG. You know how many motherfucking phone calls I done got about niggas from youngsters that, that we're related to, right? They'll call me and be like, cuz, man, what's up with, what you mean what's up with dude? Oh yeah, he said he know you and he used to, yeah, he know me. Dude, yeah, he cool, but nah, he wasn't
Nah,
one
he
of
ain't
them.
one of the ones. He ain't used to do
wasn't
what he
one of
said he
them.
doing.
Oh, man, come on. I know if a nigga was one of them. I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? So let's just, and that's what did it. And see, Chief, when we left Meech, them niggas didn't have our morals because they didn't fight our fight. They didn't fight our struggle. Them niggas was behind the scenes,
Yeah.
selling dope. See the motherfuckers coming to your house and try to short stop them. Them was them type of niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I know you talking about the cats our age.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
And some of them his age too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true,
They was
yeah.
the ones, the short stopping niggas, the behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
some of them is
So
your age.
They
Some of
didn't
them
have
is.
those morals, y'all. So when they came to the streets and became the OGs or the big homies or whatever you want to call it. It's a whole nother set of morals now.
Yeah,
It's
they
a whole
teaching
nother
them a whole bunch of different
it's no
shit.
loyalty. It's like, nigga, fuck this. You know, they fucking on each other bitches. And we all know that's a cardinal sin.
Yeah.
Because that's a quick way to turn a friend into an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the fastest ways to do it. The
Mhm.
robbing or fuck his bitch. Them is the two quickest ways
Yeah.
to turn your best friend into your worst enemy.
Yeah,
And
No nigga go like that.
no, they ain't gonna like neither one of them.
Nah, they ain't.
You know,
Nah.
but see, that's what
Both of them causes problems.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what brought about the contempt, the distrust, the disloyalty, and all of that in a community that you remember coming up used to ride together.
So that's
Yeah,
my
we did.
analogy of it. When I tell people, when they ask to me the breakdown of it, it's a nigga that was sitting in that window watching y'all or watching all the shit unfold and all the shit go down. This nigga was in the window the whole time hating and saying, look at them niggas do this and look at them niggas do that. When I get my turn, I ain't gonna do none of that. And that's what he doing.
That's what he doing.
He not doing none of the shit he seen outside. The loyalty, the camaraderie, the joining, all the separation, all the mistrust, all the lying, all the sucker shit is happening right now.
Right.
From the nigga that was in the house watching.
Yeah. Now he
was
envious of everybody.
Yeah, he control everything. I ain't doing
Mhm.
none of that shit I seen them niggas do.
Yeah. It's all about me.
Yeah.
I'm finna fuck everything up.
And
Fuck
that's what
them
they doing.
niggas.
And we losing so many kids, youngsters, solid young men. You know what I'm saying? That really could have been something. That could have been, you know, changed the whole course of everything. We lost them early, 14, 13, 16 years old.
That's when we be losing grasp of them, when they just be getting
Right.
into their teenage years
Yeah, but
and shit.
not only losing grasp, little bruh, but losing their life.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they losing because when I was that age, I was in school, but one foot in, one foot out.
Right.
But that was the different times. I
Right.
can't
Yeah,
even
now they
compare
don't
it. I
even be in
can't.
school no more at that
Yeah,
age.
that's what I'm saying. I
They on
can't
the
compare
block.
it to now.
Yeah, they fuck school.
Yeah, and then they didn't took school away.
Right.
The teachers don't even want to teach, so I can't
Nah.
even compare it. I can just say my upbringing with school and hustling is what made me who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm different from a lot of the niggas from even my era.
Yeah, it's probably too hard to be a teacher in school right now. They probably want to beat up the teachers. It's always fights in school.
Shit, them niggas might have guns.
Yeah, might got guns. You know,
Yeah,
they
some of them do.
The teachers gotta watch their back.
Yeah, teacher gotta watch their back, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit get crazy though. Like even the sports, man. You know, nigga, you playing sport, nigga. Now, nigga, know where you gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll never forget when my son was going to Thurgood Marshall. And remember they had that riot with the Vietnamese kids and shit up there, and the police came up there and fucked with all the black kids instead.
Yeah.
So we had to go. My son get caught with a heater up there, right? Wasn't mine, so he didn't get it from me. Got it from the homies or whatever. He gets caught with the fucking thing like a dummy. He get caught with the heater. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to go up there. So when I get up there, they got a Mexican dean counselor or something up there who's from Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, and he don't like black kids.
Nah, you know
they don't like black kids.
They don't like us down south.
Right.
You know that.
So because down there they don't like us. So he mad as fuck, right? And because these black kids, and he going in this meeting, and I'm sitting there with a few other black parents, bunch of Asian parents, right? So this Mexican dude he done took the floor, and the black staff, faculty of the school, they not saying nothing, and he just going in on the black kids, right? So I had to, because I used to be a Brown Bombers coach, so I was in touch with the fucking kids from Hunters Point because I coached them. I was their football coach, and a lot at the time, it just happens to be that way. A lot of those kids were the actual ones on my team. You know what I'm saying? Because they had been 3 years before, they was playing Pop Warner football. Now they're in the 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I knew them. So I'm saying, first of all, let me tell you something, man. First of all, They are in our community. This is our community. I said, secondly, the kids that you talking about that's getting into it with them, they're children. They brought grown-ass men up here. They brought grown men up there to fuck with them little kids, right? I said, so that's violation number 2. Number 3, you don't even know what the fuck you talking about, bro, because the kids that are at school, they ain't involved in gangs, because if they was gangbangers, they wouldn't be able to come to school.
Hell nah. The gangbangers don't go to school. So.
They can't
And
go to
it would have been some way more
been,
different results if they was
been,
big.
that's what I told him. I said, it'd been totally different. I said, now, what's going to happen is y'all going to keep up with this bullshit, and they big brothers,
The gangbangers going to come.
cousins and all that, going to come down to the school, and it's going to be a real issue.
Mm-hmm.
So what you need to do, instead of you sitting up here trying to hype this shit, talking about, because the Asian kids are real gangsters, they not real gangsters. They not real gangsters. I said they not real gangsters. That shit they do is in Chinatown, and they do it to their own, man. Ain't nobody worried about that shit.
That's what they do.
I said, because for real, once the gangsters come out the woodwork and come down to this school,
it's gonna be a problem.
You're gonna need the SWAT. You're gonna need the FBI and SWAT.
Yeah, no,
the SAPD ain't gonna be able to handle that.
Yeah, it's gonna be outside the school, inside the school, all around that motherfucker.
Exactly. and see, that's the whole thing. It's like, the kids that, going to school gives you a sense of even if it's a small sense, a sense of loyalty, because you went to school with this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know your government name.
Yeah, we done play basketball in the yard and, scrape my elbow and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that goes into that, because growing up in our community, man, you even remember the nigga you used to have dirt rock fights with. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? At Ain't B's, nigga, at the dunk courts and shit when we was kids. All of that shit means something to you.
Yeah.
And it
when we used to rock the buses and shit.
Right, shit like that. Or when the whole point used to jump on
water
15.
fights.
Yeah, water fights on 3rd.
I love the water fights,
man.
Love the water fights.
And jumping on the 15 on 3rd back in the 80s when it was the Sunnydale cats got on the motherfucking way in Sunnydale, rolled down 3rd. We jump on the bus and we all go to the wharf, and it's about 100 niggas and we acting a fool.
That was the thing to do though.
That
like
was the thing to do.
What was that, like Labor Day weekend?
Yeah,
we used to start school early. We get our school clothes and you be fresh.
I was gonna say every day
weekend.
after school we was doing that shit.
Right. And those were the things that
sometimes we was cutting school to go do the robot.
Right, down at the wharf, right. And those are the things that, kept the loyalty, you know what I'm saying, and shit within our community as Black people as a whole. I mean, don't get me wrong, the shit that happened between us and the other side, that's always gonna happen because it's the other side. You got East Oakland against West Oakland. You got
North against East.
Yeah, you got North. You got Compton against Watts, and it's always because you're unfamiliar with those people because they're doing the same things just you're doing, but on another side of town. You know what I'm saying? And okay, when you bump heads at a central place like a party or something, you're gonna have these clashes. You know what I'm saying? Because, our chicks to mess with some niggas over there and vice versa. And, it's always that kind of tension because Black people are tribal.
Yeah, very territorial.
It's territorial. Yeah. Well, the world is. That's why you got different countries and different nations. It's over war. It's all war. Different people go to war and take over shit. Now it's ours. You know what I'm saying? That's life. But within our community, that's that sucker
people
shit
that you see.
Yeah, I was gonna say because that's when that sucker shit just coming into play in this worldwide.
Right.
Like you say, you done went to school with this nigga, man. Now y'all beefing, trying to take each other's heads off. But in 3rd, 4th grade, you was my homeboy. That shit don't make no sense.
Cause y'all know my mama.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She didn't raise me with that shit.
No.
I couldn't go nowhere and not speak to nobody.
No, your mama hood wide. Everybody know her. Yeah, she good with everybody.
Yeah.
Unless you did something to her.
So I couldn't go nowhere and be on no shy shit or be on my own attitude how I want to act.
Right.
I was raised by my mama.
Right.
So she, like you say, she knew a lot of motherfuckers. She had a lot of love. So
everywhere
I went, I knew somebody.
Right. But that's how I guess that's how we was all raised in our family for the most part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you was raised around our family, we got family members who wasn't raised around us.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But collectively, I'll never forget when we saw you and Mark II and them when y'all was little niggas, when we went to y'all grandmother's house and
On
found out
Bayshore
that
Street.
we was
Yeah,
related.
my grandmama brought me over there.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember the house on Bayshore?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Okay.
know, and
He was a
see,
little young then, but yeah,
But then, I
I remember
mean,
That's
but
what I
our,
just told. I remember seeing everybody when
Yeah,
I was
okay,
but
yeah.
our
little.
parents, it's crazy because our parents used to fuck with each other, but then it kind of got distant
Mhm.
and then it came back. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because she wanted me to know who my people was.
Right.
So she was like, I'm gonna
Right.
bring you to my cousin's house. And then you, I think Jocelyn was over there too.
Mm.
And I don't know if
Martu.
Martu, maybe your sister too, though. But I remember she was like, I want y'all to meet y'all family. Cause if
Right.
y'all don't know, cause you know, shit can happen in the streets and you know, we might end up banging with each other, or worst case scenario, you might end up sleeping with one of your cousins or something like that. So I do acknowledge that, and then I appreciate that she showed me who my family was, my real family, people that share my DNA. That's why I say you can't say you my people and you not my people, because I was taught who my family was at a very young age. I probably was maybe 12, maybe younger than that when I went to your house.
But yeah,
I remember
That's why I was young, man. Some people used to take me from my mama.
Right.
Mm.
Just so you could be around other motherfuckers. Right.
Yeah.
And you know, and see, that's what's missing, y'all. That's what's missing.
Yeah, see. Yeah, that is. I mean,
they're not forcing the family values no more.
so who is that on though? Is it on us or is it on the
Well, it
generation
ain't
under
on
us?
because
this is where sucker shit is
Go ahead.
more powerful than the love and the unity that we are supposed to be raised on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We all know how we supposed to be interacting and
Absolutely.
living with each other.
Yeah.
But this sucker shit is more powerful because, like we said, some niggas is getting paid for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get these rap niggas that's paid to say that bullshit and divide shit,
Right.
it's overwhelming.
And then that's where it's really fucked up, because the youngsters nowadays worship rappers instead of the street nigga that's standing in before them, that's standing on real business.
Yeah.
The rapper nigga who's an actor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How could you pattern yourself behind this rapper and it's all fictitious though? For real. This ain't really they cars. This don't be they jewelry. It don't be they money and none of that shit. All that shit be loans and shit. But then they idolize these people for them things and they ain't really theirs though.
Nah,
but a
but
motherfucker
then,
that's in your face, that's, you know, really going through the motions, you denounce him.
because now we got, like I done had lightweight arguments and head bumps with a few rap artists because I'm saying that. And now we got some artists that have come from the mud that do have
we
something.
do have some, we do.
And then little kids seeing that and they like, yeah, no, I ain't listening to you. I'm listening to him.
Mm-hmm.
I seen him from right there where you was at. Now he up there and you still here. I ain't fucking with you. I'm fucking with him.
Right.
Yeah, that's what that be about.
And then the rap nigga is saying, you know what? I ain't fucking with none of y'all.
Right.
All y'all broke.
Yeah.
Because look at this though, y'all. This would never happen in our day. We would never have a nigga like Rick Ross as a popular rapper back in our day.
Yeah, but then we would not let no rapper talk the shit that he talking.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, on any level.
Right.
Not just on the Rick Ross level from him being the
police.
Yeah, the correctional officer.
Yeah.
We wouldn't let a street nigga talk the way he talk. And the street nigga, I mean the rapper knew better than to challenge the street nigga.
Right.
Cause he knew he was a rapper.
Right.
You a real street nigga.
Yeah.
I don't want no problems with your real street ass.
Right.
Now you got the rapper like, nigga, fuck you, street nigga.
Yeah.
I got more money than you.
Yeah.
I'm in the mountains. I'm in the studio. You can't do nothing to me.
Right.
Yeah,
You gotta jeopardize your life to come do anything to me.
Exactly. And if you do see me in the public, you gotta go through 20 niggas.
Crash out.
And yeah, you gotta kill all the bodyguards to even get to that nigga. Yeah.
Crash out.
And
but
likely ain't gonna get
but
to
the
him.
rapper is saying so much shit. Nigga, your mama, nigga, your sister, nigga, your baby mama. Remember, I had your baby mama last night because the baby mama was really there.
Yeah.
So now the rapper is just disrespecting everything.
Yeah.
That he know better than to do.
Right. Right.
Because you know this nigga's a real street nigga.
Yeah.
And he finna come fuck you up.
Yeah.
But now you telling.
Yeah.
Now you using the rap for this. I'm just a rapper.
And then the cold part is, right, this is what's the sucker shit, right? Why is all these niggas on motherfuckers podcast dry snitching? Why? Why?
Because now they got a chance to tell their story that they couldn't tell when niggas with the real street niggas wouldn't let him tell.
But
You would
nigga,
get
you
slapped.
snitching.
Yeah,
These
they do.
niggas
They
is
be telling on
telling.
But now,
themselves.
look, I'm not outside.
Right.
We're not. They don't have the podcasts out on the street.
Right. Yeah.
It's up in the
Yeah.
in the booth somewhere,
Yeah.
in the room somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy, y'all. Can you imagine that and this is what I refuse to do with mine. That's why I say I want you on here to explain where your mindset was when you came up with and see, this is what we discussing. All this sucker shit.
Yeah,
That's
no
why
sucker
you
shit.
made what you made. You know what I'm saying? This is why you push your brand the way you push it. Because, like you said, you tired of all this sucker shit that's going on. And this is some sucker shit because we got niggas, instead of doing shit like this, every fucking podcast they gossiping about another nigga business.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that? That
know.
ain't no real
I
nigga
see that
shit.
too. I see that a lot. I don't get it though. Y'all sitting up here telling on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have asked me to come to their podcast and I turned it down, or I've done some people podcasts that they didn't put out because I wasn't talking the way they wanted me to talk
Right.
about somebody or other people's shit.
Right. No, we ain't doing that. We talking about, you know what I'm saying, your shit, where the inspiration come from, where your roots, your you know what I'm saying, all of that's what we want to discuss.
We ain't
Man,
trying
fuck
to
all these other niggas business.
blasphemize any
Yeah,
other
people
people.
always, when they see me on Instagram saying something about some sucker shit, they want to know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, basically.
Like, I ain't talking about a particular person. I might be talking about you.
Yeah, it's a generalization.
Yeah, the shoe fit wear.
Yeah.
If you up
Nigga.
with
So
sucker shit,
why
then I'm talking about you.
why is it touching you? Are you doing some of this shit I'm talking about?
Perhaps.
Because if it ain't, nigga, you shouldn't be tripping.
Yeah.
Because I ain't talking to nobody.
In
I ain't never
particular-
had a problem with beef. I don't have an enemy, or I don't got ops or no shit like that.
Right.
So I don't get up on Instagram directly talking to
talk
a
shit
nigga.
to your ops and shit like that, like they do.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah,
we don't got
talking
ops.
about the general everyday shit that a nigga see.
Yeah, if I got ops, I don't know about it. So,
you know?
I mean, hey, I don't know. Shit, if you my op, I don't know. You might
All minds then surrendered or they
Yeah,
no
that's what I'm
longer
saying.
with
So
us.
if I
Yeah,
got
man,
some,
I deal with that. I don't let it
know
go on
about
for
that.
30 fucking years.
Right, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
Nigga, I'm on you, nigga. Fuck this shit. We finna if it's going down, let's get it over with.
Or I'm gonna say, hey, my nigga, I don't want it. I'm sorry, my bad.
Right.
I when I went to sleep, I woke up and said, damn, I was tripping.
It wasn't
my
worth
fault.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
When I see you tomorrow, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be on no sucker shit and be like, oh no, nigga, fuck that, nigga. No, but my nigga, I'm sorry. I know what I did. I lied, or I know what I did.
Right.
And you know what I did.
Right.
It's up to you to accept my apology as a man or not.
Right.
Because you damn sure not finna punk me and bully me and keep the shit going.
Yeah, that's gonna cause
You're not finna make me hide.
Right.
I know what I did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So can we move on and move past that or what? You know?
We gon' move past it.
One way or another. One way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't
We're
gonna
not
last
finna
for
live
long.
with this shit for 30 fucking years, man.
I don't get that either, though, for real.
Yeah.
I don't want to live with it for 30 days or
Right.
even 30 minutes, man.
And that's what we
wanna
living
live
up
my life
under.
and be
Right.
free.
Some niggas, some friends, or some homies, or some niggas that need to deal with some 30-year-old shit in Hunters Point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the cold part about it, majority of them don't even know where that started from. They don't know
So that's what
how
I'm
it
saying.
originated.
The
and none of this shit.
motherfuckers that originated it need to nigga go to sleep and wake up and realize they did some wrong shit.
Because we lost a lot of people behind that.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
A lot of
But
good
the
people.
motherfuckers that's still here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The problem is still here.
Yeah.
It is.
Problem still exists.
It is. You know.
Problem still
I
exists.
still gotta encounter shit.
Right.
49 going on 50. I ain't got nothing to do with. I just told I've been separating myself from.
Right.
But you mean to tell me niggas is still talking about who you with or where you going or who you fuck with?
Yeah. Whoever I feel like fucking with. Think I'm grown.
I ain't never been with none of the sucker shit that's different than whatever.
Right.
Of course, I've been at Hunters Point all my life. I'm gonna be Hunters Point and do Hunters Point.
Right.
And be me and do me and live and protect and defend and do whatever.
Right.
But I ain't never been with the sucker shit to keep it going.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, man. I don't get it either, man. You know, I just don't. But like you said, the problem still exists, you know, and at some point, it needs to be addressed by those who
Because I can't
perpetuated
fix
it.
that problem.
We can't. We could talk till we blue in the face. We want it fixed, but
And people be seeing me like, why you can't do nothing? Why you always saying you a gangster and you did? Yeah, but that's not my problem.
yeah, it's, you can't fix something you didn't break.
Absolutely.
Simple
I think
as
the
that.
people that started it could probably fix it.
They the only ones that can.
Yeah.
They the only ones that can get. They
that's what I
can.
said.
They have to. They the
Maybe.
ones that that's where it came from. You're the originator.
Right.
You made this song. I only got a copy of it.
Yeah.
You got the original paper hard cutback.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
You can kill this sucker shit today.
Yeah. And the cold part is, while people are still dying about it, ain't nobody even in the trenches no more to even stop it. Everybody done moved on with their life.
Motherfuckers is doing shit and don't know why they doing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say.
And
they
they not
don't even
getting
know what
no
this is
benefit
about.
from it.
Nothing.
And none of this shit getting you no job, and none of
Ain't
this
getting
shit
no
getting
money,
you no
nothing,
4K,
you ain't
none
getting
of no
shit.
longevity in life.
No nothing, no career, no
These young
business.
niggas is waking up wondering how is they go get some money.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah. Cause the coldest
But they
part about it-
grown.
Right. Yeah.
But don't got
I
a
ain't
clue.
talking about 14, 15
Yeah,
year
old
olds.
ass niggas in their 30s.
20s and 30s
40s
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That don't want to be with the shit for real.
And they feel stuck. They just feel stuck.
Because they chose a side.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I could never do that.
Nah, I didn't either.
It's something I couldn't do, man. Like I said, man, I always tell niggas all the time, man, I'm from the point. I love all y'all, man.
Yeah, I wish it never
y'all
happened.
do this shit.
I wish, because it was a
I
better.
still try to tell niggas to this day.
It was better when it wasn't going on.
Right.
It was
I live
for
on
me.
Harbor Road, Northridge right now.
Right.
I can't get none of my family from Oakdale, West Point, nowhere to come up there.
Right. Right.
As if it's still the same shit from 1988, 1999, 2000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they still
That's
same in that
crazy.
mentality to where they ain't going up there. May not feel comfortable coming up there. Think somebody might want to do something to them and shit like that. That ain't always the case though. So, motherfuckers just start trying to stay out the way, as they call it, or something like that. But I don't know. You never chose no sides, so you ain't never had no problem with that. Some people might have chose sides and don't want to come over here because they done chose this side. They want to stay, where they feel comfortable at, basically.
Yeah, but now they have chose that side.
Mm-hmm.
Shit done been 20, 30, 40 fucking years
it's
ago.
way over with.
Motherfuckers done lived lives and had kids and raised and they had grandkids now.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't say a motherfucker is on no 89 shit and they been raising kids for the last 15, 20 years.
Right.
Who the fuck is still stuck on that bullshit?
I don't know.
You gotta be crazy, stupid, or dumb as fuck to be talking about you still on some 88, 89 shit in 2025. And you done raised a kid to a grandkid.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You ain't did no killing. You ain't did no dope dealing. You ain't did no nothing in the last 15, 20 years. You've been raising this kid.
Yeah, at least.
So this was you've been raising this kid to. This was you've been putting in this kid the whole time.
Yeah.
But not even on the front line. You doing this in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You still talking gangbang shit in the house.
Yeah, they probably do that shit too.
That's crazy.
This where old niggas. I mean, this where young kids and still get it from.
Yeah, I know.
And home.
It ain't that the young kids running the streets.
Right.
Old niggas are still in the house talking about nigga. Yo, better not go over here fucking with them niggas.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
That's how you raising this kid?
Yeah.
That's how you been raising these kids, your grandkids, for the last all these years?
And that's how that shit continues.
That's why it's still going on.
That's why it continues. And that's why
That's sad as fuck, too.
And that's why I be jumping down niggas' throats about...
But they want to talk about, yo, young niggas is crazy. Young niggas run the streets. Young niggas doing this. No, it's these old niggas that's still pumping this sucker shit.
But you know what killed me? Is that, just like you said, these niggas ain't been putting in no work. These niggas ain't been doing nothing, right?
Mm-mm.
You would judge and criticize me for trying to reunite my neighborhood. Not that I'm saying, niggas strap up with me and let's go ride on some other nigga. No. Have pride in your community instead of kissing outside niggas' asses.
Yeah.
Because love got to start within. before you can spread it.
Hey, but they know you don't want them to strap up. They ain't been strapping up to do
Exactly.
nothing back in the day when it was like that. You just trying to tell people to have love for your community, man.
Right.
It starts at home, man.
It starts at home.
You gotta love your home base, and then you can branch out to everywhere else. But if you don't love it at home, then you ain't got love for nothing else. And they just use that as a cop out. They
Right.
thinking, okay, Dub talking about this, and it's nothing to do with no
Dude, well,
violence.
he tripped me out. Yeah, it
It's
ain't got
nothing to do with violence.
Because matter of fact, I'm not mad at niggas from Fillmore or Lakeview or Sunnydale for doing whatever they got to do as a community and standing on their bed. I'm not mad. So we're going to get that straight right now. I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at my niggas from my community.
Absolutely.
Bayview Hunters Point, 94124 California.
That I know got the intelligence.
Yeah, and ain't standing on business.
Yeah.
Ain't standing on being puppets and ass kissers and bitch niggas for somebody else.
You talking about the same cats that ain't from Hunters Point no more. They from Frisco.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Only Frisco niggas in Frisco come from our community.
Yeah.
Everybody else is
claim
from
they
hood.
said. Yeah, they claim where they from except Hunters Point. Now we from Frisco. We ain't from Hunters Point no more.
I'm Frisco wide, and okay, we all from San Francisco. That's the city that the neighborhood is in.
Earth is my turf. And
but
shit
nigga,
like
come
that.
on, nigga. I mean, stand on your shit.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying nigga pick up a gun and stand. I'm just saying, nigga, help heal our community is what I'm saying.
With the same intensity,
what you saying, cuz? Go ahead.
The same drive and the same intensity you put into the bullshit, put it into the good shit.
That's all we saying.
Make it a lot easier for us.
That's all we saying, man.
How you be ready to knock me out? Be ready to knock that dude out because he ain't giving us what we need to take care of us.
Yeah.
I'm not denying this. They is.
Yeah.
That's so true.
But these niggas will be quick to crash out and knowing, nigga, the end result, niggas, especially nigga trying to trip with me, it's not gonna play out good. But anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody tripping with you.
You know what I'm just saying? But you know, I'm just
know that, bro.
But I'm just saying.
But that be people mental.
Yeah, but that be their mental is they rather oppose what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
And which can turn into something else depending on how they phrase it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Before you oppose somebody who really don't have our best interests at heart. We like you said, you still on Northridge to this day. Nigga, our family been property owners in this motherfucking community, nigga, before we was even fucking born.
True that.
So therefore, we still got a nickel in this dime. Because if we outlive motherfuckers, guess what? We got to maintain and figure out what to do with these properties. Is we going to keep them? Is we going to sell them? Is we going to rent them out? Who going to live in them? We got a lot of shit at stake in these motherfucking communities. But these niggas still want to milk the community dry, stand on third all day selling weed, coke, and pills and everything else, but then turn around and say, fuck Hunters Point. How the fuck you going to say that, nigga, when Hunters Point is putting food on your table?
Nah, it's the niggas that's not out there.
No, it's niggas that's out there. Trust me. It's niggas that's still out there.
It's a few.
It's a few niggas that's still out there.
Yeah. You right, but
it's a few.
The outside interference.
Right.
That keep, you know what I'm saying, people disillusionized and just with that bullshit instead of the real shit because they hear it from there, then they hear it out there.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like they getting no good food nowhere they go.
Right.
And the good food I try to give them, they don't like it.
Yeah, because they want to stick with the sucker shit.
Yeah, they don't nobody like being held accountable for their own shit.
Yeah,
that's fucked
crazy.
up.
It's crazy. But you know, speaking of these rap niggas that we was talking about, which rap niggas was solid with you as far as helping you promote what you got going on? You know, I know you done had a few cats, you know what I'm saying, supporting your shit and making sure that they put your shit out there and help expose your brand to other people.
Shit, everyone I fuck with for real.
Right.
But the main one
Snoop with it on.
Yeah, the main one that's
Mr. Fab.
Fab is the main one.
Right.
Like out of all the rap niggas we know and I know from my neighborhood, then none of them niggas get me next to Snoop.
Right. Wouldn't even let you. That's the cold part. Now, come on, Chief, let's go over here. I'm finna go meet this nigga. Yeah.
Fab did that.
Right. A nigga out of Oakland.
Love that man to death.
Imagine that. Yeah, good dude. That's what I hear. I don't know him personally, but this is what I hear.
He Aquarius, so he like me.
Okay,
So
okay, right.
I've been to a store with G Val before though, so I
You
met
know,
him, but I
and
really don't know him. But yeah, Greg done took me over there.
yeah, he good dude. Out of all the sucker shit that people try to put on him,
right,
he deal with it as strong as his iron can.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because
right,
it takes some tough iron to deal with the shit he got to deal with.
right.
But for me, knowing him from not being no rap nigga, none of the shit,
Mhm.
just a regular nigga, meeting him for the first 2-3 times, look what he did for me.
Yeah, he just took your shit and donned it. You know, I seen Snoop had your shit on.
Like it was his.
Yeah, I seen that. I
Right.
seen that.
Cause he said, nigga, I don't smoke weed no more. Nigga, go back there and get that nigga high. I see you seeing smoke nigga 2-3 ounces a day. You smoke more than that nigga. Go fuck him up. I know you go fuck him up.
Right,
Do it for us.
right.
Nigga, I made sure I got the best weed. We rolled up the biggest ones and all the shit. Out of everybody that was out there trying to do the same thing.
Blew his brains back up.
He didn't wear nobody else brand.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And
a lot of niggas was giving him shit.
right.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I don't think it was the weed. I think it was the statement.
Yeah, because I sat there and talked to him for a minute.
Right.
I showed him a picture or two of some people that we related to because we got some people related to his wife down there in LA.
Uh-huh.
So I'm showing him pictures and shit of them. He
Right.
like, man, I know them people. I'm like, yeah, that's my cousin Andrea and this and that. He like, man, I know them. They're my people. They're my folks.
Right.
He like, nigga, you kind of look like nigga.
Right.
So it just clicked and vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then shit, I done been everywhere with this clothing brand shit. Fucking with the Runs dudes down in LA for the All-Star game one time. I was in their little mansion. I got next to Neff the Pharaohs and Cool Johns and
'Cause I see a lot of rappers wearing it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll be like, man, that's my cousin. You
Mike
know,
Jones came down here one
yeah.
time. I smoked and fucked with him.
Yeah, I saw him, yeah.
I went down to LA one time with Lot and fucked with Glasses Malone.
Yeah.
Shit, every nigga that I fuck with, really for real, that I sit there and share a moment and talk the shit to with. Either they wear the shit or they don't.
Right.
But they, for the most part, they fuck with me.
Yeah, because man, that shit, like I said, man, it caught fire quick.
Yeah, it did. It did.
You know, I'm gonna give you flowers, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you. This shit caught fire quick. Then you came out with the Make Hunters Point Great Again. I still got my shit in the house. You know, it's in a plastic bag because I don't want it to get yellow or nothing.
I did that with a collab with our cuz, Lil D Mayo.
Oh, okay.
He was the only one that believed in it at the time in the moment. Says, you know, the point was going through some bullshit as it always been. He's like, man, we need the point to be great again, man. This is a good idea, man. I'm behind this. Let's do it.
You see, as soon as I started, I said, I got to have that. Because that's what we've been trying to do.
I think it's gonna happen though, man. I think it's a possibility, man. It could happen.
I don't know, man. They kind of got us doomed, man. They kind of got us fucked up, man.
We keep trying though, man.
Yeah,
you know,
we
we
can't
got
give
people
up,
like
though.
us trying.
We gotta tap into them kids, man.
Yeah, we do. We got to show them a better way.
It ain't just showing them. We really gotta take them away from their own parents. Like I said, some niggas has got them in the house telling them, don't go over there fucking with them niggas.
Yeah.
And they not going over there fucking with them niggas. That's eventually they people.
Yeah. Right.
Or they know they people. They people know each other and all that shit. This punk ass nigga just in the house on some sucker shit.
Yeah. Tell them don't fuck with this and that and the third.
Yeah.
Cause you grown
as fuck. What kid go against they adult?
Right.
In the house.
And you grown as fuck.
That's
telling
the role
kids
model.
not to fuck with each other over a block. Not because they did something to each other, because they live on a separate block. They're children.
In our neighborhood we grew up in.
That
you was once a part of, that was good, that was great.
Right.
They was going to different centers and shit, getting center dinners and going to different bus trips, taking trips,
all that.
Camp Mendocinos and all this
Great Americas and all that shit. Yeah.
How you not bring that back?
For real.
And you be in the way of me trying to bring that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the type of shit we do need, man, for real.
Them bus trips to Great America.
The free lunches, the bus trips, all that shit.
Take them to Camp Mendocino.
They done took that money and gave it to gang prevention.
Yeah, for what?
And
Drug
that shit
prevention.
show ain't working.
For what? And them
Still
niggas
got
showing.
gangs
To
and
these
drugs.
new motherfuckers come over here and say, "Oh, we need gang prevention over here." Bitch, we been needed gang prevention over here.
Yeah.
We don't need you to come take no money
Needed
for
that
it.
since the late 80s.
Yeah.
Where the fuck you been?
Because the gang prevention people,
Shit,
Nah, fuck where you been. Where is our awareness for
Right.
some for us to take the money and use it?
Right. Right.
but
But
the
now
people,
we just see people that took the money and use it to buy
because the
Jordans
people
and
they
go buy.
putting in for the gang prevention don't know nothing about no gang.
They come from somewhere else.
Yeah, they don't know nothing about this
Shit,
street
some
shit.
of them come from the hood and still don't know.
But they ain't got nothing to do with this
Yeah,
shit.
Still
They
don't
don't know
yeah.
nothing about this street life.
Because they use the niggas that's in the hood, the ones who get the money, use the niggas that's in the hood.
They ain't never
get
gang banged in their life.
That ain't never gang banged in their life. And they
They ain't gonna throw rice at a Chinese wedding.
And it's a cold game though, y'all, because what they do, they take a good kid that's not into anything, but he black. So they take a good kid and he might be a basketball player or whatever, and he go to a college, look what we did. Nigga, he wasn't in jeopardy anyway.
Nah, but some of the kids are in jeopardy with the shit that's going on in the neighborhood.
Right.
Because some kid might have seen his friend die, and that's a traumatic life experience for him. So he got to alter his whole thought plan, whole thought process, whole way he live and go to school and everything.
Right.
So he does need some prevention before he
But
leads
that's some kids, but I'm saying a lot of times the ones that they actually do deal with ain't been through nothing.
But that is going through something.
No, some of them ain't even went through that, is what I'm saying. Some of them ain't even went through that.
But now, in the past 30, 40 years, just that alone is enough.
Yeah.
Hey, cuz.
Yeah,
that is true.
You got a point there.
That is true.
Point there, but my thing
like
is,
you said, some of these kids lost their best friend in 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Because I heard the other day was some shit jumping off on the hill and shit. You know, that shit is still continuously going on. Right now as we speak.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak too much on it, but you know, I heard about some shit that happened the other day.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, overall, we just gotta continue to do what we do. Stay silent.
That's why I
like
say if we
is.
continue to push the cheap, it might get back because
It might get back.
you know, in our heart of hearts, we want it back. Everybody might not want it back, but we do.
I just say we doomed and they got us fucked up because they got more than one trap, more than one outlet to have us, you know what I'm saying, distracted.
Right.
You and me all can go outside and talk to 10 people with the same no sucker shit right now.
Same energy.
And we can get them 10 people to come join us. Everybody on their own little.
Yeah. After we finish talking to them, they're gonna be chit-chatting on some other shit. I hear what you're saying.
Right. But yeah, so you
don't
know,
give up, man. We gonna fight the good fight, man.
That's why I
gonna
stay.
fight the good
That's
fight,
why I
man.
stay.
There
You know what I'm
go.
saying? Putting this shit
Yeah,
on.
so
That's
tell
why I
everybody,
stay.
man, where they can get your
where
shit,
they get your
man.
merch and shit at.
And what
shit
else
like
you got
that.
coming out new, you know? Because that's a nice fit there, man. I like
that's
that.
very nice, man.
I got the shit in my trunk. You can get it from me. I used to have people, you know, I was helping put them on. You can get it from them. But some sucker shit happened to where you can just get it from me now or go to the website. It's in my bio and my Instagram page, No Sucker Shit 100 or Cheap Charlie 1000.
All right. Okay, y'all. It's another episode. Point Makers Podcast with the Davis brothers.
Yes, sir.
Darrence,
Demetrius,
and our cousin, Cheap Charlie here. Yeah. No sucker shit, man. Y'all go cop that shit, man. It's no sucker shit. This is for real motherfuckers only, man.
Yeah.
So if you feel as though you are tired and fed up of that sucker shit,
yes, sir.
There it is right there.
Because it's a representation. You might be in the bed with your man and be like, hey, man, I'm not giving you nothing tonight. And put this on.
Put this on. No sucker shit, nigga. Sucker shit. All right, man. We love y'all, man. So we want to thank everybody for y'all support.
Yes, sir.
Everybody who love the Point Makers Podcast, man, we do this for y'all. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button.
Yes,
share it. Man, and keep it going, man, because we gaining followers, man, every day. Every day I check, we gaining new followers, we gaining more views, man. We're going to have more content for you. We're going to have the short clips in case you can't watch it that long, you know what I'm saying? And then when you sit down and go home, you know, it might interest you. You go ahead and watch the whole episode, man. You know, we're going to keep this rolling for y'all, man. But we love y'all. Thanks for the support, man, and we'll be back at y'all shortly. Love you.